Welcome to the orientation for NYC Votes Contribute, a presentation from the New York City Campaign Finance Board. NYC Votes is an initiative of the CFB that aims to transform political engagement for voters and campaigns alike. The nycvotes.org site contains a variety of voter engagement tools your campaign and contributors can use. These include tools to find your poll site, see who's running for office, as well as general information about voting, registering to vote, and how to check your voter registration status. NYCvotes.org has also launched NYC Votes Contribute, which is what we will focus on in this presentation. Let's start by covering some of the highlights of how NYC Votes simplifies the collecting, reporting, and record-keeping of credit card contributions. It can be accessed from any browser on any device with an internet connection, including desktop computers, tablets, and mobile devices. It includes a CFB-created interface, so you can rest assured that the site meets CFB requirements. Contribution data and documentation can be imported directly into CSmart. You don't even need to have your own website to be able to use NYC Votes Contribute. Contributors can use your page on nycvotes.org, and you can link to that page in fundraising emails. If you have an existing website, you can also embed the tool directly on your site. And there's no need to disclose a merchant account or submit merchant account statements. That is done automatically. Let's see how. We're going to take a look at how a contributor can use the nycvotes.org site to make a contribution. The blue Create NYC Votes Contribute Account button allows contributors to create an account they can use to store their information and make future contributions if they want to. However, they do not have to create an account in order to use NYC Votes Contribute. Another option is to click on See Who's Running, and it will then show them a list of candidates. Here's our sample candidate, Sophia Rosario's page. If a contributor wants to contribute, all they have to do is click on the blue Contribute button. Once they do that, the contribution workflow has begun, and contributors are asked to select what amount they want to contribute to the campaign. If they click on the buttons for $10, $50, or $100, they are shown the impact their contribution can have if they are a New York City resident and their contribution is eligible to be matched with public funds. Contributors can also select the Other Amount button and enter any amount they want. However, it will not allow a single contribution that exceeds the contribution limit for the candidate's declared office. For example, Sophia Rosario is running for City Council, so it will not allow a contributor to select an amount greater than $2,750. After selecting the amount, contributors click on the blue Next button. Contributors are then asked to provide their employment information. First, they select the appropriate employment category from the drop-down menu. If they select Employed or Self-employed, they will then need to complete the rest of the employment information fields. If they are a student, homemaker, retired, or unemployed, they only have to select that option to complete the employment information. After that, contributors are asked whether they are doing business with the city. If they select Yes, they will have to complete the applicable information about how they are doing business with the city. They can also see the lower doing business contribution limits displayed on this page. If they select No, they do not have to complete anything else and can click Next. This screen collects the personal information of the contributor. They need to enter their first and last name. They then need to enter their residential address. Note that when they begin typing their address, Google Places will pre-populate known addresses for the contributor to select. This will help avoid data entry errors related to contributors selecting the wrong address or campaigns entering the wrong address in CSmart. After that, they need to enter their email address and phone number, and then they can click Next. The final screen asks contributors to enter their credit card billing information, including the credit card number, security code, and expiration date. They then have the option to indicate whether their billing address is the same as their residential address. By default, this is selected. If the billing address is different, they can unselect the box, and they then have the ability to explain the reason for the difference, which will help avoid invalid matching claims related to the contributor's billing and residential addresses not matching. Contributors must then read and agree to the affirmation statement by clicking the checkbox next to I agree, and then clicking the blue Submit button. After completing all required information and clicking Submit, this thank you screen will appear, letting the contributor know their contribution was successfully processed. A thank you email will also be sent to the contributor, including the details of the contribution. A copy of this email is also sent to the candidate and treasurer. To recap, NYC Votes Contribute ensures contributors complete all required fields and agree to the affirmation statement before a contribution can be processed. This will reduce data entry errors caused by illegible handwriting on contribution cards. Contributors have the option to create an account for making future contributions, or can make a contribution without creating an account. Your campaign can collect contributions using Contribute, even if your campaign doesn't have its own website. You can include a link to your Contribute page in any email sent by the campaign. Contributors and campaigns receive a thank you email for each successful contribution. This is an example of what the email looks like that you and your contributors will receive each time a contribution is made via Contribute. This email is just for informational purposes, and you do not need to submit it to the CFB. Now let's go over some compliance-related matters. As mentioned before, Contribute will not accept a single contribution that is over the limit for the candidate's declared office. However, contributors can use the site multiple times to give contributions, and can give contributions outside of Contribute, which could cause over-the-limit contributions to be received. That's why campaigns must screen for this by uploading and reviewing contributions in CSmart timely and making any necessary refunds prior to filing the next disclosure statement in order to avoid penalties. If the candidate has not declared which office he or she is seeking, Contribute will allow contributions up to the citywide office limit of $4,950. If you need to declare an office sought, contact your candidate services liaison. Also, contributors who indicate they are doing business with the city may contribute more than the doing business limit. Always check the doing business database when you receive a contribution that exceeds the doing business limit. We are now going to cover what you need to do in order to begin accepting contributions using Contribute. On the main page of nycvotes.org, click the red Create Candidate Account button. This takes you to the campaign sign-up page. Only the candidate or treasurer can create an account, and you must enter the email address on file with the CFB. As a reminder, if you need to update your email address, contact your candidate services liaison. You must then create a password, which can be any password you like, and does not need to be the same as your C-Access password, but it can be if you find that helpful. Once you click the Create My Account button, a message will display indicating that an activation email was sent to your CFB-registered email address. You now need to go to your inbox and find the activation email. Be sure to check your spam or junk folder if necessary. This is the activation email. You need to click on the Activate My NYC Votes account link to finish your account activation. At this point, you will be taken back to the nycvotes.org page and need to log in using your email address and newly created password. After that, you will be taken to the page you can see now, which is your campaign's account page on the nycvotes.org site. You now need to create and connect a Stripe account by clicking on the Connect with Stripe button. Stripe is the payment services provider that enables campaigns to accept contributions using Contribute, and you must create a Stripe account in order to use Contribute. For each successful contribution, Stripe withholds fees and deposits the remainder in your campaign's bank account. You will receive a monthly activity statement from Contribute, which shows the amount of Stripe fees paid for the month. Your campaign is responsible for reporting these fees as expenditures in CSmart. If you or your contributors have any payment or billing questions, you must resolve those directly with Stripe. This is the page you will see after you click Connect with Stripe. Many of the fields are pre-filled in for you. As part of the sign-up process, you will be asked to provide the following: your campaign's website address. If you do not have a website, you may enter www.nycvotes.org. the committee's employer identification number, or EIN, from the IRS, the committee's checking account number and routing number, your social security number, and your date of birth. This is information requested by all merchant account providers. Since campaigns may change treasurers, it is recommended that the candidate set up the Stripe account, though a treasurer is allowed to do so. Once you complete this page, you will be taken back to the NYC Votes site. You will also receive this email that confirms you have successfully connected a Stripe account. This email is also sent to the CFB, and your Stripe account will be automatically disclosed and added to your committee's registration. After you have connected a Stripe account, your NYC Votes Contribute account page will look like this. Notice that the Manage Stripe Account section has changed. You now see a Disconnect from Stripe button, which you should use only if you wish to permanently stop collecting contributions via Contribute. Otherwise, there is never a need to disconnect. At the end of the election cycle, you will receive an email informing you of when your Contribute account will be deactivated. And that's the entire sign-up process, which can be done in minutes. At this point, your campaign can begin receiving contributions. We recommend making a test contribution at this point to ensure everything is working correctly. And look at all of the things that are done for you automatically. The CFB is notified if you connect or disconnect your Stripe account. Your Stripe account is automatically disclosed to the CFB, so no need to submit a change of bank account form. Your monthly activity statements are automatically delivered to your campaign and the CFB. No need to worry about remembering to submit them to the CFB with each disclosure statement filing. Another feature of Contribute is that campaigns with existing websites can embed the tool on those sites. You have the option to select a small or large version of the tool, and you will need to consult with your web developer regarding which one you want to use. Any technical issues related to embedding the tool on your website must be resolved by your web developer. The CFB cannot provide technical assistance with campaigns' individual websites. However, the process is straightforward and simple, and you do not need to be a web developer in order to do this. Simply select the text for either the small or large embed and add it to your site's HTML. This is an example of what Contribute looks like when embedded on a campaign's website. This is the large embed version. And this is what the email containing the monthly Stripe activity statement looks like. 2 Excel spreadsheets are attached, one showing all contributions received for the month, and the other, which should be blank, showing refunds. Note, you are only allowed to make any necessary refunds using a bank or certified check, as with all other contribution refunds. Make sure to enter the total Stripe fees for the month as a bill and bill payment in CSmart. Regarding how long it takes for contributions to be deposited in your committee's bank account, transfers will occur on a daily basis and are composed of contributions received 2 business days prior. Note that your first transfer into your bank account may take up to 1 week to process. From your NYC Votes account page, you can seamlessly upload contribution data and documentation directly into CSmart. You will need to periodically upload contributions to CSmart, and we recommend that campaigns do this on a weekly basis to ensure that all necessary steps are completed timely and any issues are addressed prior to filing the campaign's next disclosure statement. To do this, you will need to enter your CSmart encryption key and then click on the Upload button. After clicking Upload, you will see this screen. It tells you how many contributions you just uploaded and then provides important next steps for your campaign. These instructions are also emailed to your campaign each time an upload is performed. It's now time to log into CSmart to finish processing the uploaded contributions. When you log into CSmart, you should select the NYC Votes Contributions report from the shortcuts list. It can also be found in the Reports menu under Compliance Reports. This is the NYC Votes Contributions report. It shows all contributions that have been uploaded from Contribute. The report is sorted by batch, and the most recent batch appears first. You can sort by different fields within each batch, but the most recent batch will always appear first. It is recommended you either print this report or keep it open on your computer so you can refer to it as you navigate to other areas of CSmart to review these contributions. Note that matching amounts are not entered automatically. You need to identify and individually claim all eligible contributions for match. Another key part of processing contributions received via Contribute is ensuring that you do not have duplicate name records in CSmart after uploading from Contribute. When contributions are uploaded from Contribute, a new name record is automatically entered for each contributor, even if the contributor may have already given to your campaign in the past. You will need to review your list of names to ensure that each contributor has only one name record. If you find a duplicate name, you will need to use the duplicate name merge function in CSmart, which is shown on this screen. The reason for this is to avoid potential over-the-limit contributions. Detailed instructions for using duplicate name merge can be found in CSmart Help, a link to which is included in the email sent to your campaign after each upload. Duplicate name merge can be accessed from the admin menu in CSmart. As shown on this screen, the campaign has a duplicate name record. To merge the name records, you need to select a primary name record for the name you want to keep, and select the name record you want to merge as the secondary name, and then click Next. You will then see this screen confirming that you are about to merge name records and asking you to confirm. You will then receive a PDF detailing what name records were merged. We recommend that you save this report as it is the only record of what you have merged. This is an example of what this report looks like. After ensuring there are no duplicate name records, it's time to review and claim eligible contributions for match. In order to do this, you may either use the Transaction Go-To feature at the top of the screen in CSmart, or go to the Transactions menu and select Monetary Contributions/Refunds. Find the name of the contributor from the Name drop-down list, then select the contribution and click Modify to open the fields for editing. You must then go to the Matching Amount field and enter the amount you wish to claim for match for this contribution, and then click Save. Do this for all eligible contributions. After that, we also recommend that you select View/Delete Document to review the backup documentation that was imported from Contribute into CSmart. This is the contribution backup documentation that is automatically uploaded for you into CSmart. There is no need to print, scan, or label the documentation with the CSmart transaction ID. That is all done for you. This documentation will be automatically transmitted to the CFB when you file your next disclosure statement. One important note: do not delete this documentation, as it cannot be recovered later if you do. Scrolling down to the bottom of the documentation, you should review the Address Verification field. In order for the contribution to be considered valid for match, this field must display Pass. If you notice that the field does not say Pass, you will need to reach out to the contributor to obtain an affirmation letter explaining why their residential and billing addresses do not match, unless the contributor has already done that as part of the contribution workflow. There is a template letter for this situation on the CFB website. After you have claimed contributions for match, if you regenerate the NYC Votes Contributions report, you will see that the matching amount and status fields have been updated. You should review all contributions in the batch to make sure you have claimed all eligible contributions for match. You have now completed all of the necessary processing in CSmart. Going back to NYC Votes, your account page will display this message if you have not received any contributions via Contribute, or if you have already uploaded all contributions from Contribute into CSmart. Make sure your page looks like this prior to filing your campaign's next disclosure statement in order to ensure that all contributions from the disclosure period have been uploaded into CSmart. For your campaign's internal use, if you wish to review a comprehensive, sortable spreadsheet of all contributions you have received via Contribute, you can email the NYC Votes Contribution Data Report to yourself. To find the report, go to the bottom of your NYC Votes account page and click Email Contribution Report. You will then receive this email containing an attached spreadsheet with your contribution data. This is a sample of what the spreadsheet looks like. Let's recap the steps you must take in CSmart to process contributions from NYC Votes Contribute. First, make sure to merge any duplicate name records. Duplicate name records can lead to over-the-limit contributions. If you don't catch over-the-limit contributions within the same disclosure period, it is a violation subject to penalty. Review for any over-the-limit contributions. After merging name records, go to the Reports menu, select Compliance Reports, and then select Aggregate Contributions over the limit. Make any necessary refunds using a bank or certified check. Be sure to claim eligible contributions for match by entering a matching amount. If you do not claim all contributions for match prior to the next disclosure statement, you will miss the opportunity to receive matching funds for those contributions. Enter the monthly Stripe fees as a bill and bill payment in CSmart. And always ensure that you have uploaded all contributions into CSmart prior to filing the next disclosure statement. As always, anytime you have questions, you may contact your Candidate Services Liaison. If you have any Stripe-related questions, you may contact Stripe directly. We hope you will find NYC Votes Contribute to be a useful addition to your campaign's fundraising. Any feedback you have is welcomed and appreciated as we work to improve the voter and campaign engagement tools available.